There have always been something suspicious about Tyler Perry's remarkable rise to stardom, and right now, our suspicion seems true, especially after Eddie Murphy revealed his connection with Diddy. Join us as we uncover the possibilities of seeing Perry's name on the next FBI's list.
I feel it's very important that I clear that up. I decided that I'm just going to go with the name Diddy.
The suspicious moves between Diddy and Tyler Perry and its effect. Tyler Perry and Diddy have maintained a close relationship over the years, frequently praising one another in public, collaborating on various projects, and attending numerous events and award ceremonies together. However, rumors have emerged suggesting that federal authorities have uncovered video evidence of questionable activities at these gatherings. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has hinted that other high-profile individuals may also be implicated. With Diddy now facing legal scrutiny, speculation arises regarding whether Tyler Perry could be involved. The atmosphere in Hollywood appears tense, with some individuals seemingly attempting to distance themselves from potential fallout. This situation raises questions about the possibility of a significant reckoning within the industry, particularly as it relates to the roles and representations of figures like Tyler Perry in film and television. The portrayal of black actors in Tyler Perry's films often aligns with negative stereotypes, a trend that can be observed through various characters and narratives. For instance, in the acclaimed film Diary of a Mad Black Woman, the character Charles McCarter, portrayed by Steve Harris, embodies a troubling archetype. As a successful lawyer, Charles initially appears to have it all, but his character quickly devolves into one that is unfaithful and emotionally abusive. He reveals his infidelity to his wife, Helen, with a shocking lack of empathy, treating her with disdain and ultimately expelling her from their shared home. This portrayal reinforces harmful stereotypes about black men as untrustworthy and domineering, overshadowing the complexity and depth that could be explored in such characters. Similarly, in the film Must Be Out Your Mind, Blair Underwood's character Carlos is depicted as a controlling investment banker who exerts significant power over his girlfriend. This representation not only perpetuates the stereotype of the aggressive black male, but also limits the narrative possibilities for black characters in romantic and professional contexts. Underwood, a notable figure in Hollywood since the 1980s.
We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother.
Has navigated various phases of representation for black actors, often reflecting on the challenges and limitations faced by his peers. He has spoken about his early career experiences and the influence of Oscar-winning actor Sidney Poitier, who paved the way for more nuanced portrayals of black individuals in film. The term "Blasic movie," a playful blend of black and classic, has emerged in contemporary discussions about cinema, highlighting the intersection of black culture and mainstream film narratives. This term underscores the ongoing conversation about representation and the need for more diverse and authentic portrayals of black experiences. During the 1980s, the visibility of black actors in film and television was significantly limited, with roles often confined to stereotypes that offered little diversity for black audiences. Underwood, alongside Denzel Washington, emerged as a prominent example of black male representation during this era, challenging the status quo and opening doors for future generations of actors. Despite the progress made, the legacy of negative stereotypes in film remains a critical issue. The characters created by Perry and others often reflect a broader societal tendency to pigeonhole black individuals into narrow roles, which can have lasting implications for how black stories are told and perceived. As the film industry continues to evolve, it is essential to advocate for more varied and authentic representations that celebrate the richness of black culture and the complexity of black identities. During that period, the acknowledgement and acclaim for their contributions were significant for these four black women from the community. There was some resistance to the notion that their representation was limited to roles as slaves or individuals from impoverished backgrounds. The challenges associated with the narrow and stereotypical roles available to black actors continued to be evident into the 1990s. Blair Underwood noted that during this time, nearly every black actor and actress in Hollywood, irrespective of their fame or talent, found themselves auditioning for the same limited roles, underscoring the scarcity of diverse opportunities within the industry. Philip Van Leer also had the opportunity to portray a villain in Tyler Perry's films, featuring prominently in the first 2 seasons of a series as a substance dealer named Harry, who was a high school coach. Ion Overman took on a negative role in Tyler's film Medea Goes to Jail, playing Linda Davis, an envious assistant district attorney engaged to Joshua. In the film, she secretly partakes in illegal activities, including fraud, evidence tampering, and the creation of false legal documents related to individuals she has prosecuted. Ron Rico Lee played Chuck, an assistant district attorney and Joshua's friend in the same film. Additionally, Brian White was cast as a villain in Tyler Perry's I Can Do Bad All by Myself, portraying Randy, an abusive boyfriend and the antagonist of the story. It is noteworthy that the portrayal of negative characters in Tyler Perry's films and television series often exhibits a pattern of abusive behavior towards women.
So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
This recurring theme has raised significant concerns among audiences, prompting many to voice their objections. Critics argue that these depictions not only reinforce harmful stereotypes, but also contribute to a broader cultural narrative that normalizes violence and mistreatment, particularly against women of color. A significant example can be observed in his series, Bruh and Sisters, which focus on the lives of 4 black men as they navigate various dimensions of their existence, including relationships, friendships, and professional endeavors. The narrative suggests that these men share a profound and lasting connection akin to familial ties, despite not being related by blood. Their close-knit friendship is marked by warmth and camaraderie, as evidenced by their cheerful expressions in promotional materials. This portrayal of brotherhood is compelling and resonates with many viewers, as it highlights the importance of male bonding and support systems within the black community. However, a question arises regarding the underlying reasons for such portrayals, particularly concerning the treatment of darker-skinned actors within these narratives. The casting choices and character arcs often reflect a troubling trend where darker-skinned characters are frequently relegated to roles that embody negative traits or are involved in toxic relationships. This raises critical discussions about colorism and representation in media, as it suggests that darker-skinned individuals are more likely to be depicted in a negative light, perpetuating stereotypes that can have real-world implications. Moreover, the dynamics of power and vulnerability in these narratives often place women, especially those who are darker-skinned, in positions of subservience or victimhood. This not only affects the way audiences perceive these characters, but also influences societal attitudes towards women in similar real-life situations. The lack of nuanced portrayals for women, particularly those who are darker-skinned, further complicates the conversation around representation in Perry's work. As audiences continue to engage with Perry's films and series, the dialogue surrounding these portrayals becomes increasingly important. Viewers are calling for more complex and diverse representations of black characters, particularly women, that move beyond the confines of victimhood and abuse. The demand for stories that celebrate resilience, empowerment, and the multifaceted nature of black experiences is growing, and it is essential for creators like Perry to consider these perspectives in their future projects. By doing so, they can contribute to a more equitable and inclusive narrative landscape that honors the richness of black life and the diverse experiences within it. Tyler Perry and Sean Diddy Combs have long maintained a close and mutually beneficial relationship, characterized by their shared experiences in the entertainment industry and their respective successes. However, recent developments have sparked speculation regarding the nature of their friendship, particularly in light of rumors suggesting that Perry may have been recorded during one of Diddy's lavish parties. Such a scenario raises questions about the potential implications for Perry, especially given the current legal challenges facing Diddy. Reports have surfaced indicating that Perry has been spotted in court, which has fueled further speculation that Diddy might be considering implicating him in his own legal issues.
No matter what time of day, whether you like it or not, I'll go all day, all night.
This tactic could be seen as a desperate move by Diddy to secure a more favorable outcome for himself as the stakes continue to rise in his ongoing legal battles. The urgency of the situation is palpable, as Diddy must quickly devise a strategy that not only protects his interests, but also navigates the complexities of his relationships with influential figures like Perry. The bond between Diddy and Perry is not new. It has been cultivated over several years and has been marked by collaboration and competition alike. In 2023, the entertainment world buzzed with excitement as the two, alongside media mogul Byron Allen, vied for a controlling interest in BET. This competition highlighted their ambitions and the significant influence they wield in the industry. In a candid conversation with Billboard, Diddy articulated his desire to collaborate with Perry and Allen, recognizing the power of partnerships in achieving greater success. Diddy's approach to business has always been characterized by a willingness to forge alliances with other prominent personalities. This strategy has played a crucial role in his evolution from a provocative rap artist to a billionaire entrepreneur. His ability to connect with influential figures has not only expanded his network, but has also enhanced his brand's visibility and reach. Interestingly, some Wall Street analysts have noted that Diddy has not shied away from taking risks in his business endeavors. Instead of retreating in the face of potential criticism, he has actively sought out collaborations and partnerships, presenting bold business proposals to potential allies. This audacity has earned him admiration within the industry, as many view his willingness to take chances as a hallmark of a successful entrepreneur. As the situation unfolds, the dynamics between Diddy and Perry will be closely watched. The potential fallout from any legal implications could reshape their relationship, and the entertainment industry will be keenly aware of how these developments impact their respective careers and business ventures. A CEO from the New York Stock Exchange referred to Diddy as an inspiration, drawing parallels to the founding fathers. In response, a fan remarked that Diddy is often perceived as extremely jealous and territorial, which explains his tendency to take others shopping. Meek Mill's lyrics about engaging with other women were seen as an affront to Diddy, prompting Meek to subsequently pay tribute to Diddy in his rap. Diddy embraced Meek, indicating that while the rap persona may be fabricated, their genuine relationship is authentic. Meanwhile, rumors have circulated regarding Tyler Perry's alleged involvement in dubious trafficking activities, coinciding with his appearance in a public service announcement addressing the issue. The timing raises suspicions. Trafficking is a crime frequently concealed in plain sight. It is a misconception that it only occurs elsewhere and affects others. But it is a reality in our own communities. The media figure emphasized the importance of recognizing the warning signs of trafficking and reporting any suspicious behavior, as it could potentially save lives. Observers have connected the dots, concluding that both Diddy and Tyler are fundamentally businessmen, with Diddy reportedly requiring women whom Tyler appears to supply.
You may just be able to hide yours a little bit better.
Perhaps, perhaps not. I don't know. I don't know.
Furthermore, Tyler Perry has been seen accompanying Diddy at various events, including award ceremonies and parties, which adds another layer to their relationship. Recent reports indicate that individuals present at a party hosted by P. Diddy were unaware of the existence of 20 to 50 recorded tapes. Concerns have been raised by notable figures, such as Tyler Perry, regarding Diddy's ongoing legal issues, with apprehensions that these troubles could lead to further complications following his arrest. Adding to the unfolding drama, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has made alarming allegations, suggesting that Diddy may have maintained recordings of politicians involved in his notorious parties. Deal has implied that Diddy's recent legal challenges could be linked to a larger corruption scandal currently affecting New York City politics. A former associate of Diddy, who worked with him throughout the 1990s, expressed on the Art of Dialogue podcast that the charges against Diddy could potentially implicate significant public figures and celebrities from New York. This situation arises just 6 months after federal agents conducted searches of Diddy's residences in Los Angeles and Miami, reportedly discovering over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, which prosecutors claim were utilized during these infamous gatherings. Given these developments, individuals who attended Diddy's party may be concerned about the possibility of their actions being recorded, leading to speculation that Diddy might disclose information about other celebrities. But before Diddy finally decides to open up, someone already did the needful. He didn't just expose Perry. You went ahead to expose the recent happenings in the Hollywood industry and how Perry has contributed to it. So keep watching, because it's about to get more interesting than you can imagine. Eddie Murphy exposes the evil deeds happening in the Hollywood industry. The recurring discussion surrounding Diddy and his questionable interactions with artists often lead to the addition of Tyler Perry's name, which raises some intriguing questions. It is curious that when a particular narrative is repeatedly mentioned, it may indicate an underlying truth. Notably, there are rumors suggesting that Tyler is operating under Diddy's influence, a revelation allegedly disclosed by Eddie Murphy. This raises the possibility that such instincts may indeed hold some truth. Eddie Murphy recently made significant remarks regarding the treatment of black actors in Hollywood, asserting that the industry has historically fostered division rather than unity among them. He did not shy away from addressing the problematic dynamics at play, suggesting that there are covert operations aimed at perpetuating this division. This troubling reality sees black actors competing against one another instead of supporting one another, a situation that Murphy argues is so bad and is being transmitted to future generations, multiplying the rift within the community. The question arises as to why such fear persists in addressing these issues. Murphy's prolific career, with over 50 films in less than 5 years, is noteworthy. However, it is concerning that only a small fraction of these films were helmed by black directors. This observation prompts reflection on the operational mechanisms of the industry and may provide insight into why collaborations between Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry have yet to materialize. The landscape of collaboration among prominent actors in Hollywood reveals a complex web of relationships and unspoken dynamics that can significantly influence the projects that come to fulfillment. Notably, there seems to be a palpable hesitance among certain high-profile figures, which extends beyond mere personal preferences or scheduling conflicts. This phenomenon is particularly evident in the case of Will Smith and Denzel Washington, two titans of the film industry whose paths have rarely crossed in collaborative projects. Despite their immense talent and the potential for a powerful on-screen partnership, an unarticulated understanding appears to exist that keeps them from joining forces. This absence of collaboration is particularly regrettable, as the synergy between their distinct acting styles could lead to extraordinary cinematic experiences that resonate deeply with audiences. In contrast, the frequent collaborations between actors like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro highlight a different dynamic, one characterized by mutual respect and a shared vision that has allowed them to create memorable films together. Their ability to work in tandem suggests that when there is a strong rapport and a clear artistic alignment, the barriers to collaboration can be overcome. This raises questions about what underlying factors contribute to the hesitance seen in the relationships of other actors, such as Smith and Washington. Furthermore, the potential partnership between Tyler Perry and Eddie Murphy introduces an additional layer of complexity, particularly in the context of the current socio-political climate. The global awakening surrounding the vulnerabilities faced by Black lives has brought systemic injustices to the forefront of public consciousness. Movements like Black Lives Matter have catalyzed a broader dialogue about the need for genuine change, especially in areas such as economic empowerment and representation within the entertainment industry. The president of the Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce has observed a growing number of businesses seeking guidance, indicating a shift towards greater awareness and action within the Black community. In this environment, Eddie Murphy's recent comments regarding questionable practices within the industry have sparked speculation about Tyler Perry's potential involvement in these matters. The implications of such a partnership are significant, as both actors have the power to influence narratives and drive change through their work. However, the complexities of their individual experiences and the broader societal context may create barriers that prevent them from collaborating effectively. The intersection of personal ambition, industry politics, and the urgent call for social justice complicates the landscape of potential partnerships, leaving audiences to wonder what extraordinary stories might remain untold due to these hesitations. Eddie Murphy's sole Oscar nomination surprisingly originated from his role in Dreamgirls, directed by Bill Condon. In various interviews, Murphy has candidly acknowledged that he did not invest the same level of effort into this role as he typically does in his comedic performances. This admission subtly highlights the often convoluted dynamics that exist behind the scenes in Hollywood. Among the most celebrated comedians in history is George Carlin, who posthumously received a prestigious award. Critics continue to analyze Murphy's remarkable portrayal in The Nutty Professor, where he skillfully utilized makeup and prosthetics to embody the entire Klump family. This was not an isolated achievement. He replicated this impressive feat in the Coming to America films, particularly in the memorable barbershop scene. During a discussion on the Real Blend podcast with Coming to America director Craig Brewer, the issue of Murphy's repeated snubs by the Academy was addressed. Brewer expressed his frustration, stating that it is particularly disheartening because many perceive Murphy's talent as effortless. While it is true that some aspects of his performance may come naturally, the extensive preparation that occurs behind the scenes is often overlooked. Brewer noted that he has witnessed Murphy in the makeup chair, immersing himself in music, rehearsing lines, and maintaining focus on set. This dedication reflects a genuine artistry that is frequently underestimated. Fans share this sentiment, arguing that such judgments are unjust. Moreover, Murphy is not the only comedian to face neglect from the Academy. One individual expressed online that Hollywood lacks moral integrity, suggesting that award outcomes are influenced by which studio invests the most in lobbying the jury, reminiscent of practices employed by figures like Harvey Weinstein. Additionally, concerns about Hollywood's ethical issues, including its treatment of children, remain pertinent. Some individuals speculate that these frustrations may cause Eddie's reluctance to collaborate with Tyler Perry. The discourse surrounding Perry's work has become increasingly polarized, with many fans and critics alike weighing in on the merits and shortcomings of his films. We won't get to know if they're right or wrong if we don't explore his filming techniques, so let's do that. Tyler Perry's filming style. One ex-user, in particular, expressed her discontent by criticizing Perry's films as biased, even going so far as to produce a video denouncing them as subpar for public viewing. Her remarks suggest that her grievances extend beyond mere artistic critique. She appears to harbor deeper concerns about the implications of Perry's work within the broader context of representation and storytelling in Hollywood. In her candid assessment, she stated, "I am not a fan of Tyler Perry," a declaration that underscores her disapproval. She proceeded to comment on the irony of Perry's financial success compared with his perceived failure to make appropriate choices in his storytelling. This comparison raises questions about the nature of success in the film industry and whether financial gain can coexist with artistic integrity. Furthermore, she audaciously asserted that Tyler Perry harbors a fear of white individuals, implying that this fear influences his filmmaking decisions. This bold assertion not only challenges the motivations behind Perry's creative choices, but also invites a broader discussion about race, power dynamics, and the complexities of navigating a predominantly white industry. Her provocative comments garnered significant attention, prompting others to contribute their perspectives on Perry and his work of art. While some acknowledged their appreciation for the script and the themes Perry often explores, they expressed uncertainty regarding the film's potential outcome, leading them to opt out of participation in projects associated with him. This hesitance reflects a growing awareness among artists of the implications of their collaborations and the narratives they choose to support. These discussions hint at a possible underlying truth, raising the question of what might be the undisclosed factors that have caused certain dark-skinned actors to decline opportunities to work with Perry. Are these actors grappling with the complexities of representation in Perry's films? Do they feel that their artistic integrity might be compromised by aligning themselves with a filmmaker whose work they perceive as problematic? The reluctance to engage with Perry's projects may stem from a desire to uphold a certain standard of authenticity and representation in their own careers, as well as a broader concern about the narratives being told within the African American community. As the conversation continues to evolve, it becomes increasingly clear that the dynamics at play are multifaceted, involving not only individual preferences and artistic visions, but also the larger societal implications of race, representation, and the power structures that govern the film industry. Tyler Perry has undeniably made a significant impact, transitioning from the Atlanta theater scene to becoming a dominant force at the box office with his media productions. However, like many success stories, his path has not been devoid of challenges and controversies. There are murmurs suggesting that Perry's ego may have risen so high, resulting in conflicts with prominent figures such as Oprah and Hollywood. The entertainment industry can be fiercely competitive, and it appears that Tyler Perry is not immune to the pressures that often necessitate a ruthless approach to success. Reflecting on the historical context, it is noteworthy that before the emergence of diversity initiatives, there were few representations of Black individuals on television, with Perry being a notable exception for an extended period. His introduction into television with the sitcom House of Pain marked a significant moment, although accompanied by its own set of complications. During negotiations for a syndication deal and a spin-off series titled Meet the Browns, tensions escalated when Perry dismissed 4 writers who sought union contracts, igniting considerable backlash within the industry. Writer Terry Jackson expressed his frustration, highlighting the irony of being deemed capable of producing over 100 episodes, only to be let go when it was time to reap the benefits of syndication and spin-offs, unless they accepted unfavorable terms. In response, Perry indicated his intention to assume full control of the writing process, but this incident was not the conclusion of the disputes surrounding union representation. In 2015, the actor unions SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity prohibited their members from engaging in Tyler Perry's stage play Media on the Run due to his production company's refusal to sign union contracts. This decision reflects a broader concern regarding Perry's apparent focus on maximizing profits, which has not garnered a uniform support. After the success of House of Pain and Meet the Browns, African-American journalist and cultural critic Jamila Lemieux penned an open letter to Perry, published by NPR, in which she articulated her discomfort with his reliance on stereotypes. Lemieux criticized the portrayal of the character Mother Dear, stating that the depiction by a tall man with prosthetic breasts undermines the dignity of matriarchs in the Black community. She emphasized that both mothers and fathers deserve more respectful representations. While acknowledging Perry's defiance against traditional Hollywood norms, she noted that many within the Black community share similar critiques as those voiced by white critics. Notably, acclaimed director Spike Lee has also expressed his disapproval of Perry's stereotypical characterizations, arguing that while such films may achieve commercial success, they perpetuate harmful portrayals. Lee contended that the film industry has the potential to elevate its standards by avoiding these one-dimensional narratives, suggesting that while records may be broken, there is room for improvement in the quality of storytelling. Tyler Perry's approach to casting and character development has garnered significant attention, igniting discussions regarding his business practices. Critics argue that he frequently portrays dark-skinned actors in villainous roles, while light-skinned characters are often depicted as heroes in his films and television shows. This perspective has sparked intense debates among his audience, particularly regarding the portrayal of vulnerable black women who suffer abuse at the hands of flawed, dark-skinned men, only to be rescued by idealized light-skinned counterparts. Comedian Chris Rock has notably addressed this recurring motif in Perry's work, pointing out the absence of kind and respectful black male characters. He referenced Tupac Shakur to illustrate that Perry's films could benefit from a broader range of character representations. Rock suggested that while Tupac might have emerged as a political figure had he lived, he could just as easily be cast as a villain in a Tyler Perry production, highlighting the limitations of Perry's casting choices. He humorously speculated that Tupac might be depicted as an antagonist, reinforcing the notion that Perry's films often follow a predictable pattern. This critique aligns with the observations of others who have noted that the success of some mainstream films may stem from Perry's biased casting and narrative strategies. Such discussions raise critical questions about the implications of these portrayals for the film industry at large. As the conversation returns to the broader context of the entertainment sector, it becomes clear that colorism has been a persistent issue, long overshadowed in Hollywood. The industry has recently faced scrutiny, fueled by media campaigns and social media movements that have brought these concerns to the forefront. It is crucial to acknowledge that one of the first prominent figures to attract negative scrutiny within the entertainment industry was Harvey Weinstein, who faced conviction for various offenses in 2007. This event precipitated a surge of sexual assault allegations that unveiled the more sinister aspects of Hollywood's entrenched culture. A recent documentary delves into these darker elements, examining how certain influential individuals purportedly exploit their authority to prey on aspiring young actors. This situation has led to the rise of moguls like Diddy, while Tyler Perry has successfully navigated a prosperous trajectory in the realm of gospel theater, subsequently expanding his achievements into the film industry. His contemporary interpretations have found a broader audience on the cinematic stage, akin to Broadway, but featuring predominantly black performers. Notably, his latest publication, Don't Make a Black Woman Take Off Her Earrings, has even attained a place on the esteemed New York Times bestsellers list. This raises important questions regarding the underlying motivations for such phenomena. What compels these artists to partake in actions that may appear to undermine their masculinity? And why does the audience readily accept the spectacle of black men enduring such degradation? The representation of black masculinity in a more effeminate light may contribute to a perception of diminished threat, fostering a sense of comfort for certain viewers. But this time, it is not the same. Stay tuned as we outline the ways by which the black masculinity was denied. The demeaning acts towards black male actors. Cross-dressing representations of black men can be seen as a powerful tool for challenging and subverting the aggressive stereotypes that are often associated with hip-hop culture. These representations provide a unique lens through which to examine and critique the narrow definitions of masculinity and identity that have been perpetuated by mainstream media. By embracing cross-dressing, black male artists can disrupt traditional notions of gender and sexuality, thereby opening up a dialogue about the complexities of identity within the context of a culture that has often sought to pigeonhole them. Historically, Hollywood has played a significant role in reinforcing a variety of harmful stereotypes about black individuals. From the criminal archetype to the hypersexual trope, these portrayals have not only shaped public perceptions, but have also contributed to systemic racism and discrimination. The impact of these stereotypes is profound, as they can influence how black individuals are viewed and treated in society, often leading to real-world consequences that extend beyond the screen. For many black artists, the entertainment industry has presented a challenging landscape. With limited opportunities available, they often find themselves in a position where they must navigate a complex web of expectations and stereotypes. This has led to a discourse suggesting that, in order to secure their livelihoods, many black performers feel compelled to accept roles that reinforce these stereotypes. This situation is not merely a reflection of individual choices, but rather a systemic issue rooted in the industry's historical and ongoing marginalization of black talent. In this context, cross-dressing can serve as a form of resistance. By subverting traditional gender norms and challenging the stereotypes that have been imposed upon them, black male artists can reclaim their narratives and assert their identities in ways that defy societal expectations. This act of resistance not only challenges the status quo, but also encourages audiences to reconsider their own perceptions of masculinity, race, and identity. Moreover, the visibility of cross-dressing in hip-hop and other forms of entertainment can foster a broader conversation about the fluidity of gender and the importance of representation. It highlights the need for diverse portrayals of black individuals that go beyond the confines of stereotypes, allowing for a richer understanding of their experiences. By embracing cross-dressing, black men can challenge the limitations placed upon them by both the industry and society, paving the way for future generations of artists to explore and express their identities without fear of retribution or misrepresentation. The entertainment industry has yet to achieve complete racial equality. However, contemporary performers possess a degree of agency over their career choices. A significant part of this development is the readiness of certain artists to adopt cross-dressing roles, with Kevin Hart emerging as a particularly notable participant in this discourse. Hart, known for his comedic talent and charismatic presence, has not shied away from exploring diverse roles, including those that challenge traditional gender norms. However, this willingness to embrace cross-dressing has sparked a broader conversation about representation and the implications of such portrayals, particularly within the context of race. Numerous individuals have expressed their dissatisfaction with the depiction of black men in dresses, asserting that this phenomenon has reached a saturation point. Critics argue that the frequent portrayal of black men in feminine attire perpetuates stereotypes and undermines the complexity of black masculinity. They contend that these representations can reinforce harmful narratives that reduce black men to caricatures, rather than allowing for a more nuanced understanding of their identities. So what do you think about Perry's connection to Diddy? Do you think that their relationship has actually affected Perry's career, or it a mere coincidence? Let us know in the comments section. If you want more interesting information about musicians that chose peace over fame, be sure to like, subscribe, and watch the next video shown on your screen. See you there.